Hi everyone, it's me, Tiago. So today we're doing something super different. As you probably know, on the 4th of July, which was a couple days ago, the third season of Stranger Things dropped on Netflix, and it was amazing. If you haven't watched it, go watch it right now, because first of all, this is gonna have some spoilers, so like major spoilers. Don't stick around if you haven't watched it. Go watch it first and then come back here. You can just like open a new tab, whatever. Yeah, it's amazing. Go watch it. So today I'm gonna be talking about a theory that I've come up with to do with the ending of Stranger Things Season 3. And I haven't really looked into other people's theories, so I'm sure this one's already out there, and I'm sure other people have done it better than me, but this is like, when I watched it, I was like, formulating this idea, and just based on the past 2 seasons and like, things like that. And this is, I just wanted to share it so that if I am right, I can be like, see, it's on YouTube, so I was right and I'm a genius. But if I'm not right, then I'll just like pretend this never happened. So it'll be great. This is the most Stranger Things shirt that I have. It's not actually Stranger Things. This is obviously about veganism, but it's like Stranger Things themed. It's based off the logo. You can buy this shirt from the Vegan Zombie. He's pretty cool. Check him out on YouTube. It'll be linked up there. Anyway, let's get right into it. Today, we are going to be asking the question, is Chief Hopper still alive? So, as you'll know, if you've watched Season 3, towards the end of the last episode, Chief Jim Hopper, who is the police chief in Hawkins and Eleven's adoptive father, etc., he is in this area where the Russian government is trying to open a new gate to the Upside Down, and it's a whole thing, and they have a plan where they're going to try to explode the key that they're using to open the gate, which is like this big lightning zapper. They're using that to zap a hole into the other world, and if they rip out some things and then turn the keys, it'll explode, and that's their whole plan. They'll just explode this thing and then it'll close the gate. And they're like, okay, great. So they go down there, but the big Russian dude comes and starts fighting Chief Hopper, and as it turns out, Hopper is not able to make it back to the safe zone before they have to turn the keys, because they have to close the gate to save everyone in the world. That's pretty much it. Makes so much more sense if you watch the show. If you haven't seen it, this probably is completely bogus. Anyway, so Joyce turns the keys and this happens. So it seems like Hopper probably exploded, right? All these other Russian people did. So why wouldn't he? Well, if you watch until after the credits, there's a scene that is just, it doesn't seem super related to anything else, but basically there are these Russian people and they drag this dude out of this prison cell and throw him into this other caged area, and then they release a Demogorgon and it looks like he's about to eat him. There's like all this blood on the floor, and it's kind of like, what is going on? However, the only moment that we really need is right in the beginning of that scene. One of the Russian guards is about to open a door, and the other one says, no, not the American. And what have they been calling Chief Hopper this whole time? The American. Obviously, they could be talking about any other American, right? Like, this isn't conclusive evidence, but why would they include that section in the show if it wasn't important in some way? They get to choose exactly what shows up, exactly what line everyone says in the entire show. So why would they choose to include this one line that seems completely irrelevant? It doesn't affect the plot at all. Why would they need to include not the American? Because they're referring to the American that they have been referring to this entire time, which is none other than Chief Jim Hopper. But let's continue, because we still don't have an explanation for why he's alive. He seems like he should have exploded with the key and the gate stuff, right? Wrong. So what we see is Hopper standing right next to this big key blasty thingy, right next to where the lightning seems to be coming out of, right? You can see the little rotating thing and the light shining from the lightning. So he's standing right there. Then Joyce looks down to turn the keys, and then it cuts to black for several seconds. Like, it stays black for a while. And then we see it explode. But here comes the interesting part. When I went back and looked at the shot where it actually starts exploding, Hopper's not standing anywhere next to the key. And he was standing right on that platform. You'd think he'd be visible there. And then it cuts to the other Russian people exploding, or like disintegrating, or whatever happens to them. So I don't know if that is just because from the angle where it is, like he wasn't actually standing where it looked like he was standing further back and it's covered by the key, or here's my theory, somehow he managed to get down and get through the gate into the Upside Down, and just like Eleven did from the end of Season 1 to the beginning of Season 2, he will manage to survive in the Upside Down and get out somewhere else and be alive and just trick us, like the end of Season 1. Here's the thing, he ends up getting captured by Russians. How the heck does he go from being in the Upside Down in America in Hawkins, because clearly the Upside Down and the real world are like parallel, right? So where you are in the Upside Down mimics where you are in the real world, kinda. They were able to like go through the buyer's house and things in the Upside Down. The last scene seems to be in Russia. How did he get all the way to Russia? He couldn't have just walked in the Upside Down to Russia and emerged somewhere there. So then I started thinking about the other people exploding. And as I mentioned before, this seems to mimic the end of season 1. And what happens at the end of season 1 when Elle gets into the Upside Down? She explodes. Okay, but really, look at the explosion of 11 and the Demogorgon in season 1 compared to the explosion of the Russia people in season 3. It's pretty similar. So there's a possibility that instead of just killing all these people, it's somehow zapping them into the Upside Down, because some kind of disintegration into the Upside Down is possible. 11 did it. So then, I don't know if Hopper went through the gate or if he also got disintegrated into the Upside Down. But either way, if they all end up in the Upside Down, him and several Russian guard people, scientists, I don't know, they would be able to capture him and bring him out of the Upside Down somewhere and keep him in custody? Maybe? So, that's my theory. What do you think? Is Hopper alive? Is he the American imprisoned in Russia in the end credit scene? Did he survive by getting into the Upside Down? Do you think he went through the portal and got disintegrated? Do you think that the disintegration is the same as it was in season 1? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. This is my video. I don't know if I'm right. Honestly, I loved the season so much. I cannot wait for season 4 and to see if this is right. I hope so, because I do not want Hopper to be dead. He is too good of a character, and no, he can't be dead. So, this is my theory. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button down there, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.